Hey guys, Katie here from It's a Creek Farm, and today is our first official garden harvest. Now we've been picking a few zucchini, and you know how zucchini is, they grow like weeds. So we've been picking some zucchini and a lot of peas, but today I think it's the first day to pick some tomatoes and then probably peppers and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna bring you in and show you that. But first I wanted to show you something out here in the pumpkin patch. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see how big these guys are, but they go well over my waist and they are massive. And make your way through. Do you see what's in there? Let me go to the other side so we can see it better, if I can get there. Look at that one. A beautiful white pumpkin. So I believe that is a super moon white. I don't remember how big they're supposed to get. That looks amazing to me. But we're only July 14th. So very early. Not quite sure what is up with that. And then I have another one here that is not as far along, but looking beautiful. And then the vines on it have a whole bunch of smaller ones as well. So those are awesome. I'm very excited about those. I was just looking in here a little bit ago and I'm seeing amazing growth and I'm seeing amazing fruit set already, and it looks like everything is looking great, which is just what we needed. It feels like everything I try is kind of an experiment and you never really know how it's gonna work. And so for me to just come in and see like little glimpses of good and of things that are actually working and they're looking great, that is just wonderful to see. This is a warty goblin, and this whole row is warty goblins. Oh, there's one right there. And there's just all sorts of really cool pumpkins in here. Most of these are bush varieties, but then I did end up putting a few of the vining varieties in here, knowing that A, this is all going to be bush varieties, or mostly bush varieties. But B, when we had some plants get ruined because of the weather and the putting down the irrigation, some of the plants got like shredded almost from the irrigation. We just took extras of whatever we had on hand and put them in. So some of them are vining, but most of them, for the most part, up here are the bush variety, the smaller pumpkins. Some of them are not smaller, you can see back there, but that is a vining variety. But there are a lot of squashes and really neat like gourds and that kind of stuff in here too. So there's one. I'd have to find the tag to see what that is. I don't quite remember. They're just all over in here. It's a cute little white one. I think these are Casperitas, but I'm not certain. I don't quite remember what is what. Those guys look to be a little early, but that's okay. I found these little gourds in here. Can you see that little guy? And there's a gourd, and there's little baby ones all along here. So all is looking well and wonderful here in the pumpkin patch. I'm very happy with how everything is looking. You can see here, those are some later ones that we planted later. And so I'm really happy with how everything is turning out in the pumpkin patch. Let me grab my crate and we'll go in the high tunnel. I was down here earlier and I shut everything up because we were supposed to get some severe storms today, but they all went just south of us. And in fact, we just had maybe 5 minutes of a sprinkle, not even enough to get the ground wet. And just a few miles south of us, we heard that they had over 4 inches of rain and flash flooding. So once again, the storms just missed us. Not that I want severe weather for anyone, but it would be nice to have some rain. So there's still a high chance of storms tonight, and it's cooled off drastically outside. So I'm just going to leave the high tunnel closed up. It's probably about 80 in here now with a high humidity. And so I'm going to leave this closed up for the night. And then that way, if it does start raining, we don't have to worry about running, or not raining. If it starts storming and severe storm, especially wind, that's what we're concerned about. High winds, you know, when they get above 30 miles an hour, 25 is kind of the limit. I usually close it up when wind gusts get to about 20, just to be on the safe side. But, you know, when you see forecasts for severe winds coming through, definitely want to close this up beforehand so that everything is nice and tight and the wind rolls over this instead of taking the top right off. So here are the cucumbers, and definitely am behind on harvesting all of these guys. And so I am going to pick some of these. Now I still have to finish the trellising here. I spent a good 3 or 4 hours down here today trellising tomatoes and kind of trying to get everything back to how I want it. But I did not get going on the cucumbers. So I was very surprised when I looked over and the cucumbers were massive and probably beyond ripe. And so I need to get these guys picked right away. And look at this cute little cantaloupe. Those are the personal size, individual size cantaloupe. I'm very excited for those. And I should have quite a few of them in here. Once I get this retrellised, I'll be able to see more, but that little cantaloupe is new within the last few days. So that is very exciting. That's what I think everybody in our family is looking forward to the most in this high tunnel. Now the peas are almost done, and I've been debating on if I should pull them out. I'm gonna harvest some for tonight because we like eating them fresh. There are a few plants that you can see like are dying off, which is totally fine. But I remembered that I planted spaghetti squash in here, and the plant is going kind of crazy. It came out the side and it's going up, and there's another one over here. And then there's another one right here, and that goes all the way up to right here. I thought that I planted just zucchini in there, and so that was a very nice surprise. So I'm looking forward to getting spaghetti squash when it gets to that point. They're a little further behind, it looks like, than obviously the zucchini, but I'm thinking that now that they're out from behind all of the shade of the peas, that they will really take off. I'm gonna grab a few zucchini to go with supper. Oh, there's a big yellow one down there. I gotta go grab that. I'm looking at the beans and I don't see anything of substance. I do have little beans. I don't know if that'll focus or not. I do have little beans coming in. They're just not ready yet. So that's okay. I'd rather actually have them start as after these peas are done so that we're not overloaded with vegetables. So that is fine with me. I did notice I have a few serrano peppers I need to pick, and then onto the tomatoes.
Yep.
let that one go a little bit more. There was another, oh, there's two here. And now what I've been waiting for all year, our first tomatoes. We have fresh lettuce up in the kitchen garden by the house, and so we will have probably some baked zucchini with mozzarella or Parmesan and a salad with lettuce and tomatoes that we've grown ourselves. And finally, these Brad's Atomic Grape are almost fully ripe. And so I'm gonna pick them and let them finish ripening in the house because I have been looking forward to these for a very long time. I am just going by feel and look. So you'll notice this one here. Let me pull this one back. So see how this one has the yellow or the, yellowy, orangish, reddish look to it? And see how that one is like green. This one is more ready and it feels softer. And then down the line, I noticed that there were a few more that were ready to harvest as well. So here's one as well. It has that orangish tint to it. Now this is pretty much mostly purple, so it's harder to tell, but it's softer. And I will link here the video on how to tell if your Brad's Atomic Grape tomato is ripe. But this guy looks perfectly ripe. I'm not sure if you can see that on film, but you'll notice that the greens have turned to either an olivey color or orange. And so this guy is ready. Okay. I'm just gonna look for peppers here. I don't think these guys have any on, but they kind of can get sneaky sometimes when they get bushy like this. So I'm just gonna look really well. Nope, they're not. They're all probably about that big. So those ones aren't ready, but let's go look at the other peppers. Look at the size of these watermelon already. They are looking awesome. And then I found somewhere in here is a large cantaloupe. There it is. And that is looking awesome as well. Those guys obviously aren't ready yet, but I just like coming in. They grow so quickly that it doesn't even look like the same fruit day after day. Okay, so let me check for a few more peppers here. I thought I had seen some earlier, but maybe not. I don't know. So let me look here in the bell peppers. See lots of blossoms, but no fruit. Nope. Lots and lots of blossoms. They are thick with blossoms. Some little ones. Nothing harvestable in size. Nope. So then these are the gypsy peppers and the lunchbox peppers. And there are tons of blossoms on those. I know that I saw some in here. Where did they go? Oh, there's one. This looks to be a gypsy pepper. They're that yellowy color. Not quite ready yet. Whoa. This guy has tons. There's little ones in there. Look at all those flowers. It's a gypsy. Do you see all those blossoms and fruit? Oh, there's one. Okay, I'm gonna pick that. I thought I saw a green one. Ah, here's another one. I'm gonna let that one go. It's not quite red. So this is not bad for our first big harvest. I'm very excited. It'll definitely be enough for supper tonight and then maybe some lunches or some snacks tomorrow. We'll harvest some kale and some lettuce for salads. And thanks for coming down to the high tunnel and picking veggies with me today. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.